the ingredients for the bread pudding is 50 grams of butter, which I'll be melting, 3 tablespoons of sugar, which is about 45 grams, 1 brioche loaf, 500 milliliters of milk, you can use any milk, and then some, this is optional, just some chocolate chips. I'm using some leftover chocolate from Easter, and 150 milliliters of double cream, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence or extract, and I'll be serving it with some apricot jam. Okay, the first thing I did, I buttered my dish where I'll be putting the bread pudding in. And now I'm going to cut the bread into slices. Nice, just medium-sized slices, not too thin. About 1 centimeter thick. Now we are not a lot of people today, so I'm not making a big one. Okay, all I'm going to do now is spread the melted butter on both sides of the bread and then just place it in your oven-proof dish. Just do roughly, doesn't have to be perfect. Or if you don't want to do this, then you can spread the butter straight away onto the bread instead of melting it. So I'll continue doing this and I'll show you the next step. My melted butter ran out. I don't want to melt anymore, so I'm just going to spread some butter on here, which is probably easier if you want to do it this way, because it will melt in the oven. Okay, so that's that step done. So all you do now is just place it in, just do it roughly, fill in all the gaps where you can. And then after this I'm going to add some chocolate chips in between the layers. You don't have to add any chocolate, you could sprinkle some apricot jam, dab a few here and there. Do you know what I'll do? The next recipe I'll make will be bread pudding, but using normal bread and apricot jam. That's the recipe I grew up with. This one, as I got older, I wanted some more luxury in my life, and I thought, why not? So yeah, so sprinkle some chocolate. This is just chocolate left over from Easter. Right, so now you just continue putting in your bread. Just fit it in wherever you can. Sprinkle some more. Oh, where's the other one? Now you don't, like I said, you don't have to add the chocolate. You can add raisins if you prefer raisins. You can add the apricot jam if you prefer apricot jam. I'm just using the chocolate because we have it in the house already. These were all gifts from other people. Right, so that's the first step. The next step, I'm going to show you where I make the milk mixture. Right, so I'm now making the custard mixture. So in here I have the cream. I'm now going to add 2 cups of milk, which is about 500 milliliters. 1, 2, I'm going to add some sugar. I'm going to keep some sugar to sprinkle on the top. That's enough. and then my vanilla essence. I know I said one, I'm going to put in two. I love the flavor of vanilla essence. Right, so now I'm just going to whisk it together. Not long, because you don't want to have it thick or anything. You just want it well blended. That's it. Nothing thick. That was less than a minute. I'm now going to pour the milk mixture over the bread. This is probably going to mess at the back. Am I right? Nope. Keep going. I'm just going to press it down a bit. So you need to press it down to make sure the bread absorbs the milk. So make sure it is covered. I'm going to add the rest of that milk in a minute. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this to stand for about half an hour for the bread to absorb the milk. And then I'm going to add the rest of the milk after. And then press it down again before I put it in the oven. So I'm going to let it stand for 20 minutes. Do this, and then I'm going to preheat my oven. And then let it stand for another 10. So all in all, half an hour stand to absorb the milk. Okay. The bread absorbed the milk beautifully, the custard mixture. I'm now going to add the rest. I'm going to put the baking tray underneath in the oven just in case the milk boils over, bakes over. I don't know how to say that because it's in the oven. Anyway, moving on. From here, you sprinkled the sugar I left over. Remember, I kept some. Just sprinkle that on top. And your cinnamon. Say cinnamon, yep. Right, so that's going in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes, but I'll probably put it in for 30 minutes. It's on 180 degrees. Remember, I told you to preheat your oven while the milk was being absorbed. Right, so let's put it in.
Huh?